That's an awesome little girl right there. She's not panicking one bit. Just cruising down the river, holding on to her paddle. That is awesome. So cool. That's who I thought my bear was, but now the owners have confirmed that it was not.
It is not the culprit.
Oh.
She's like, I would have just gotten in the hammock with you.
How could I have hurt anybody? It's well treated around here. Out cold. Good morning. Happy Monday. All right, back at Spivey Gap and heading up the stairs. I'm out slacking today. Got my handy Sea to Summit day pack on, and we're gonna do the 11 miles back into Erwin to clean these miles up, and then I'll stay at Uncle Johnny's again tonight. And depending upon the weather, I will head out tomorrow. So. All right, first water is 0.4, and then we'll manage it from there. All right, that's what we're doing today right there. The 11 back to the river where Uncle Johnny's is. All right, more at the trail. Cheers. Can get really spoiled slack packing. It's this is the most slack packing I've done in the last few days. Or from Devil's Fork over to Sam's Gap, and then this section. On the shuttle driver. I mean, I'm going straight uphill right now and I'm just walking. But shuttle driver was telling me that there's a 20-mile slack pack where you go north and then hike back into Erwin. But I think I'm going to forego that one. But it's very tempting. So it's a beautiful morning. I seem to be clearing all the spider webs. Probably the first one on this section of trail this morning. So, all right, yeah, it's cloudy. It's supposed to thunderstorm today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. All right. So when I day pack or slack pack, I carry my Sea to Summit day pack. That's it right there. Very little stuff inside. Some lunch, just a rag, phone charger, and I carry my 3-liter platypus and my Sawyer squeeze on my trekking poles, so I can kind of I can carry 3 liters of water if I want at one time, but that's a lot for that little pack. As you can see, just the nylon there is the strap, so it's not a whole lot to it, but there's a pretty good bit of water for the first 4 miles, so I'll probably only take a liter at a time and kind of go from there. So all right, more later. So as a matter of comfort, you want those straps to lay flat. So right now I have about 1.2 liters of water in my pack, just a couple of snacks, small phone charger, my candy bar charger, and that's about it. So I would say I have close to 3 pounds. Once you get to 4.5 to 5 pounds, these straps start cutting in like that. So 2 liters of water and snacks is about the max this little day pack will carry. So it's definitely a sub 5 pound pack, but right now super comfortable because I've got a bladder full of cold water sitting against my back, which is quite nice, and it's water resistant for the most part. So when it rains, not too bad. But my money and wallet and everything is in a Ziploc bag inside that pack. But anyway, I'm not sure if I've talked very much about this day pack, but I love it. And it stows in something about the half size of your fist. So, all right, heading up the trail that way. Cheers. All right, it's pretty overcast today. It's just super warm, super humid. I giggle and laugh about it with Kaizen. I call it DC hot. Because you get to DC and it's just, I guess that place is built on a swamp and there's a weird humidity there and I just hate it. But nice thing about all the frequent water today is I can replace warm water with cool water. So I've just taken on I drank a liter already. I just took on 2 liters, and we'll drink it. I've got pretty frequent water sources for the first about 5 miles, and then the last 6.4, according to a guide this morning, is there's no water. So I'm going to try to hydrate well prior to that, and then we'll go from there. But the last 6 is you do what you have to do to get back into town. So all right, that's where the trail comes down. Across this dirt road here, and the guide has it listed as a parking lot, so I guess there's a place for a couple of cars to park there, and then the AT continues off down that way. So there is no service here still. I've had one brief moment of LTE, but other than that, there's still no service. So I'll let you know when I get it. This morning that there was a hiker that ran into Big Load and Jugbutt JB. JB, formerly known as Jake, the dog that hiked with me from Woody Gap to Neal's Gap. But they said they're doing great, and there's a guy at the Uncle Johnny's that works at Angel's Rest, I think, and he knows Big Load and he knows those guys. So there's still reports coming from up the trail that kind of everybody that I started and hiked with there for, you know, February, March, and everybody's doing well, still going north, and following along as I can. I know that Pee Wee and 50/50 are still doing well. Bait Bolt, those guys are still going well. In touch with all of them, so it's fun to see their updates and hear other people that have met them up the trail. So it's interesting how the commonality traverses up and down, no matter whether you're hiking with people or not. So anyway, just wanted to update this ridge, headed down. I think probably about 2 miles left to the shelter. Yeah, No Business Knob shelter. And it's just a kind of a nice view right here. So alternate ridge, I guess that's probably the one that we came up and over. Come down here, but we still got some elevation. Those are tree tops right there. So, but the trail's really nice. I'm dutifully clearing all the spider webs for any southbounders or northbounders coming behind me this morning. So, alrighty, more from up above or down below, I guess. As I was cruising along, and I say cruising along because I find myself jogging up these little ups, which is interesting. There's a couple things that slack packing allow for. One is to get a true sense of the fitness that you've gained since you've been out here hiking. I hear myself breathe hard, but I think what I've learned to do is like, it's the concept of moving oxygen. The more oxygen I move, the more fresh my muscles feel. So I think I breathe heavy because of that, because if I stop, I can return to a normal respiratory rate, and I don't feel like I'm dying or anything. So the other thing is the weight. You get a really good appreciation for how much weight you're carrying. So for me, my base weight is somewhere between 28 and 30 pounds right now, but 2 liters of water and my food bag in there, now I'm at 40 pounds. And so I was thinking, I was just doing the math from when I started. Right now, walking through the woods where I'm at, I'm 81 pounds lighter than when I stepped off at Springer, because I left my 40-pound pack back at the hostel, and I've lost 41 pounds since I've been out here. So that's an 81-pound differential from when I started. And you know, go to your local pet store or feed store or something and grab a 50-pound bag of something. It gives you appreciation for the amount of weight that is. And in my case, grab 2 of them. So, what has all this done for me today is reinvigorated my thought process in lowering my weight. I've talked about going to the Exos 58, or I think what I'd rather do is go to the Exos 48. It's I would use the large pack because of my frame and my height. So that's a 51 liter pack. Right now I've got about an extra 10 liters in my pack, and I've probably got 10 liters of stuff I could send home just because I'm not using it at this point. But hiking with less weight is so important, and you just don't really get a good appreciation for it until you're slack packing and you realize how easily you're just cruising through these little ups that, you know, sometimes win me, and not now, not today. So, and I know that has to do with the pack weight. So, all right, rambling, but sort of thinking out loud. I'm gonna start taking a serious look at be revamping my food again to lighten it up, and seeing what things I haven't touched in a week. Those you know, if I haven't touched it in a week, for me at this point it's a luxury item. So, all right, more later. Wonder what did that. I'm sure it stood up there, but I don't know if it's claw marks in there or some kind of beetle that's digging its way in there. Not sure. Just very interesting that the profile would be like 2 claw marks. All I know is I'm 6'1", and it stands much higher than that. So something's chipping that wood out of there. So kind of interesting. All right, if anybody's got any thoughts on that, I'd love to hear it. Okay, so this is the water source, 0.2 from the shelter, and the last water that I'll get for 6.4 miles. And as you can see, there's not a place where I can lay or get a 3-liter bag under. So what I'm going to do is see if I can maybe move a few of those rocks and leaf that spot right there, and at least see if I can get some flow into the bag. If I can get 2 liters of water, I can make the 2 liters work until I get to town. It is going to be downhill, but it's hot, and I'm sweaty. So, all right, we'll see how our success turns out. I'll let you know. All right, the theory works pretty well. Moved out some of those rocks, so there was a place. It's kind of hard to see the depth because the water's so clear. And then fashioned a leaf right there that offered some flow, and it was enough to get 2 liters of water. So that's going to be enough. We have to make it enough to go 6.4 miles. All right. And just for the record, those are going to be delicious blackberries in a little while. There's plenty of them right here too. This would be a great spot to stop and have a snack. They're even hanging out into the trail right there. Look, the abundance. All right, maybe come back up here one day later in the season. All right, moving on. All right, 0.2 up from the water we just crossed. This is the No Business Knob shelter area. Awesome, awesome, awesome for tenting and hammocking. And here's some more of those tree scrubs. And here's the shelter. Nice little shelter. It's a masonry block. Now that was a haul. That was a haul to get up here. That's either 5 miles from Spivey Gap or 6 miles from, I take that back. There have been a couple of road crossings, so still, that's impressive. Hauling the masonry block up here. And I like it, graffiti board. So keep it off the walls. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna chill right here. Yeah, snack of choice today is beef and cheese stick and a tortilla. These little guys right here. Yummy. I'm actually not complaining about this snack at all because it's very light, very easy, a little bit of trash. So, and it tastes just fine. I'm just questioning how many calories and, you know, the nutritional benefit you get from it, but I gotta have something. My stomach was growling so loud coming up here, I kept stopping to look to see if something was following me. So anyway, it's a good snack to carry. Alrighty, lunch is done. Walking away from the no business shelter. 6.2 to the Nolichucky River. It is 12:15. I would like to be back at the hostel at 3:30. So that's my goal. I've got a couple of ups between here and there, nothing significant. And then I think some technical downhill towards the end. But my goal is 3:30 because the dinner shuttle leaves at 5. And that's all I've had to eat today are those 2 sausage things. So, all right, more later. All right, just down from the shelter, probably about 0.2 or so. I was able to pick up an LTE signal again and check the weather. Predicted thunderstorms at 5, so I should definitely be back by then. There's a 60% chance. So I'm happy to be sleeping under cover tonight. And the temperature cooled off a little bit. It's actually quite nice, and I think it's going to help conserve that water I've got. I'm going to wait until I'm thirsty before I start drinking on it. I know that's kind of counterintuitive because that's dehydration, but what I don't want to do is drink it all and then be dying of thirst, which is what I think is going to happen. So I still have plenty, and I think it'll last me the rest of the way in, especially since it's cooled off. So, all right, things are well. More later. Guys told me I hadn't been showing enough pictures of poop on the trail, and that is fresh, very fresh, and looks like somebody's been eating berries. So I'm going to keep my eyes out because of the freshness. All right, more later. Alrighty, down from the shelter a ways, there's a water source, flashing the leaf right there, and got just enough flow of that water coming down. So I'm topped up on water, and should be somewhere down around 5 miles now, I think, to go, maybe just a little more. But here, water, kind of like in bear tracking mode. It's kind of funny. There we go. There, little red berry that was in the scat back there. So, trying to figure out where that's coming from. What bushes? All right, I just came around the corner. This is what I saw ahead of me. That is cool. That is dark and cool. So, walk with me as we enter this tunnel. This is super cool. I've had such a fun day. Happy I still have some miles to go. Was thinking about it just a little bit ago, and I don't necessarily think it's my weight or physical capability or anything. I have an insatiable curiosity with nature. And I stop and get my phone out, or I stop and study, and you know, it's like, that takes time. It takes time away from hiking. I was, had a phone signal, gave my mom a call, chatted with her. Today's her day off. And then saw an email from work, made me smile, sent some correspondence with that. You know, it's like, it's just, I enjoy hiking. I enjoy being out here. And I don't know, I just think it's my unwillingness to just walk and do nothing else that causes my snailness. So anyway, I'm not worried about it. I was just thinking about it because I feel really awesome today, and it's you know, I'm very grateful we got to come walk 11 miles on the Appalachian Trail today, and I'll be grateful to get up and walk some more tomorrow. This doesn't get old. All right, it's beautiful. We'll have some views of the Appalachian River on our way back down into town, which will be cool. Looking forward to those. All right, enough rambling. Cheers. All right, there's my first view of the Appalachian coming down. Got a long ways to go yet, it seems like, but it's only I think 1.5 down from there. Should have a pretty unobstructed view of it here pretty soon. So we are 1.4 miles from the bottom. I have a pretty solid LTE signal right now. And I just got a weather notification from my location, my GPS location, that a brief rain shower will start about 3:05. And it is 2:40. So looks like I might come in under rain, or maybe not, but whatever. Everything I've got is protected. It's been an awesome walk today. Feels so good. Looking forward to dinner tonight. Get some of these calories back. The fun thing is, you know, you can't possibly replace them all. Something running off behind me. I think it was a chipmunk. The ever-elusive chipmunks. I have tried so hard to film them, and I can't do it. They're quick. Alrighty, we should have a view coming up in about 0.2 or 0.3 of the river, and I think maybe Erwin. I will film when I get to the first view. Just got a notification and heard the thunder that lightning struck 6 miles from my position. So we weren't supposed to have thunderstorms until 9:45 this evening, but looks like they might be happening a little bit early. All right, that's awesome. That is really awesome. It's beautiful. That's the train tracks. It's a gorgeous view though. Alrighty, you can see the rapids down there. Alright, more from there's the bridge that crosses the river right by the hostel. And as it comes up here, it goes around. And I'll tell you, don't let you make a mistake right here. That's straight down. I'm standing on the edge of a cliff. No soft landings down there. Right. Yeah, trails right up there. That is the town of Erwin. Pretty cool. All right, more from down below. I wanted to point out something that Sea to Summit has done well. These straps are still flat. They're still dispersing the weight. There's no cut. You know, after 11 miles, that's functional. That's good. Because they've had this pack's had a few points. It's had a little over 5 pounds in it. So I just wanted to say great job, Sea to Summit, because this is a great day pack, one that you can very easily carry with you, and then it's actually functional to get through your day. So this is pretty steep going downhill. It's pretty bouncy. So we'll turn this off. I was just being very appreciative because it's nice to have this pack, and you know, the straps throughout the day don't bunch up, and I've seen that in some other day packs. So all right, storm weather app that I've been bragging about the whole time. Just a half hour or so ago, it predicted that rain would start about 3:05. It is 3:07, and it just started. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, again, you have to have a signal strong enough that you can access data, but I'll tell you, it's a great tool. And the storm app that I had when I started, they've teamed up with the Weather Channel, and they've done it for both platforms now, both the Android and the iPhone. So it's Awesome map. All right, cheers. Alrighty, here's where the AT comes out at the Nolichucky River and Uncle Johnny's Hostel. My goal was 3:30 p.m. and it is currently 3:20 p.m. So I'm happy. At least I was walking at the pace that I wanted to walk at today, and I feel good. Whoa, last switch back. Okay, here we are. I want to keep filming because once I step out onto the road, so you can see where Uncle Johnny's is with relation to where the trail actually meets the road. So to continue northbound, you cross right there and go around the end of that guardrail and then follow that. If you're going to Uncle Johnny's, stay on this side of the road and go right down to this intersection. And that's where he'll be. Man, what an awesome day. I am so excited. So grateful. The rain stopped just in time for me to come out of the trees, so I'm not really that wet. There's the river. Bridge I filmed from yesterday. And that would be Uncle Johnny's right there.